Hey everyone, it's day 42. We are in the final week. We have 5 days left of real learning, and this is the week of our final. So I'm choosing to do this one from outside. It is 8:31. I'm on my porch, and I don't think I'm technically violating the curfew. I'm in my space of my house. Um, but it's one of those things where some of my African American neighbors are outside, and they are, again, they're just hanging out. They're outside, but they're on their in their space, and I feel like um, that would be a good show of solidarity to just let them know that I'm here too. So this has been a tough time, and I can't go into a lot of detail other than I will say this. I am hopeful, even though tonight is tense. Last night was tense. The weekend was tense. And there's a lot of beautiful protests going on. We've protested about 3 times now. We've marched. The murder site is just 2 blocks from my house. So we're right in it. And Mr. Bettini lives right near where the 3rd precinct burns, so where all the real damage is. He's 4 blocks away. Mr. Hutchison's only about 4 blocks from the site. Mr. Welter, Mr. Adedeji aren't super far from the St. Paul stuff. The Valancourts are here. Um, there's a lot of your teachers that have a real close and personal firsthand experience. So if you're struggling with some of this and how to make sense of it all, and you have questions, please reach out. We actually do have a staff that's pretty well equipped to at least have a conversation with you. We won't have answers. I have none. I have hope. I have a belief that we will be better after this, and that this tragedy, this horrific tragedy, could very well be the last one like this if we really move for change. And I'm seeing signs that it's not just a bunch of people talking about it, that there's actually some hope that there will be change. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen quickly, and it doesn't mean it's not going to happen without some more protesting. In fact, protesting needs to keep going for the messages to stay current. And I believe Minneapolis people are ready for that. So this could be, hopefully, it's been a rough year, but this could be the turning point, maybe, for a better tomorrow. So please, if you're struggling, reach out. Mr. Bronson's looking to help. All of his teachers are looking to help. Just, ask. There's more to learn from these kinds of experiences than any lesson. This is life, and this is community, and this is equity, racial equity, that's been missing from society for a long, long time. There may be some interruptions. You might hear helicopters. They're circling and they're close. So there's a lot of activity. And we stand strong with our neighbors. So be strong yourself. Today, that all being said, I think Malcolm X is a perfect guy. To quote today, he says, "There's no better motivator than adversity." I missed that word. "Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss contains its own seed, its own lesson on how to improve your performance next time." And he's talking about performance, but we're talking about being better humans. So I think we have to learn how to be better from this. Just there's not even have to. It's just we will. Otherwise, we fall. Agenda: prepare and present your story slam, and then there's your catch-up work right here. These 4 things. That's it. That's the whole. If you break it down, that's the biggest. That's everything from this crazy 3rd try. That required effort, that required work, that required learning for you to actually push through on. Okay, I'll try to whip through this quick. I have tips for those of you. Some of you haven't started this. I get it. I'm still offering you some tips on how to revise your stuff to make it better. I also have some tips just for the writing of your story, so revision and the writing. But the bottom line is we have a final story slam. It's a final. I'm going to use that word very, very specifically. This is it. This is putting it all together. And you have a couple choices that you need to make right away. One, do you want to present live? So that provides energy, and this would be in a Zoom. So you would present with 4 other students and me. If you want to do that, it provides energy. When you see people nod your head or you see people laugh, there's something about you feel this rush of energy, and it really does fuel you. You also, the other choice you could choose from is to record your presentation and not do live at all. So you just turn it in like a regular assignment. But here's the thing. You have the opportunity to get it right. So you might do it live and it might not be the best telling of your story, but you get energy. If you record it, then you actually get the best of your telling because you can say, that one sucked. I'm going to do it again. A couple things you know how I'm going to grade this is you're going to get 3 grades on timeness. It's due Friday. Anything later than that is late. So 3 out of 3 or 2 out of 3. Quality of the writing. I'm looking to see that you use everything we practiced this year. Personification, hyperbole, word choice, sentence, full sentences that are more than simple, 3-word summaries, unless that's important to that moment. I'm looking for sensory detail. I'm looking for explanation. I'm looking for paragraphing where you're taking ideas and putting them together. This is all coming together. And your presentation, you will turn this in as a paper as well. And that should be edited and follows the rules. So I will see a final written draft of your Story Slam and a final presentation. So you'll perform or you'll present the thing that you write in a final draft form. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So the options before you present live or record, I want you to know what each option offers you. So option A is you record. So you get your best performance, not your first. So don't do this. Like I can't tell you how many times I've stopped. This is my 3rd time. This is my 3rd time doing this. So that's because I didn't go well the other time. So I recorded it 3 times. Re-record until you're happy. Do not edit. Don't cut out stuff. All right. Don't send me anything that's edited because it loses flow. I want to hear you in the moment at all times, like telling your story. I don't want to see you chop out stuff. That to me looks like a mistake. Submit to Schoology, then you're done. Option B. If you present live, so you're 4 other people, practice until you're prepared. Don't just show up for the day and be like, it doesn't matter. It won't matter when you are the worst story of 5 people and you're sort of embarrassed by like how bad that was. No one expects perfection, but don't, just roll through. Stories are imperfect. They're never perfect. Don't try to memorize it or remember it. If you skip stuff, that's fine. If you have a perfectly, amazingly written final draft and your story that you tell is very different, that's fine by me. Sometimes that's what happens. But if you believe what you say, your audience will hear it. If you are passionate about your topic, we'll know it and we'll feel it. So how do you sign up? Here's how you sign up. I'll give you a link to this document, and you notice there are times. So 5 people will get 1 hour. It might take us 6 minutes to get through all people. I hope not. It's going to be pretty lame stories if they're that short. But if it takes 3 minutes or 4 minutes, we're only talking about somewhere in the half an hour range. That's fine. So an hour for 5 people, okay? Once that fills up, you can't take that anymore. Then you move to another time. If we have to go into another day, we will. This is how it would look, right? So if Goatee, Tidwell, Erickson, Curry, Braddock, and Bettini all sign up, boom, that one's locked in. They're done. They will all go, and no one else is going to go at that point. That's full. Down here, 11 to 12, we got Rogers, Martin, Adedeji, and Welter. There's a slot open, but at some point, we got to roll with it. So I'm going to lock it in, and we're fine. 4 can do it. Even 3 people, Latham, Bartosh, and Miller, if they sign up, 4 and 5, if I have at least 3 people, we will go. I will lock it in. If it's just 2, like Slaby and Bronson, that ain't going to cut it. 2 people might as well just do it by yourself and record it because 2 people is not a live performance of this kind of thing. So that would not be locked in. I'd take Slaby and put him up here, and I'd take Bronson and put him right there. That's what I would do. Okay? So that's how you do this. So here's the deal for the week. Choose option A or option B for your Story Slam. Again, option A is you record your best Story Slam presentation and submit to Schoology. Option B, you sign up for a time and day on Schoology to present your Story Slam live with 4 other students and me. So you sign up, I send the invite, we all meet at 11. And then 2, you also do have to submit your final Story Slam document with evidence of revision and editing, okay? So submit a final paper. Everyone does that. If you don't, you'll get you won't pass this class. This is a final. And finish stuff so this is your last week of school. If you finish everything, then you don't have to worry. Next week is set aside for catch up. If you don't have to catch up, then just catch your breath and find some sense of normalcy. All right, people, again, keep the faith. We are going to get out of this, and we will be better, because we have to stumble before we can stand up and move forward. So here we go. Let's do this. It's the longest and